Hello everyone, welcome back to a year of Rogue. Yesterday we got our first win in heavy bullets, and now for the 4th of January we are here in Slay the Spire. When I did my Roguelike monthly marathon back in April last year, I believe we probably played as the Ironclad, and so rather than repeat myself, let's go for an Ascension 0 silent run. If you don't know Slay the Spire, this is a deck builder where there's incredible amounts of synergy to be had if you're going to succeed. Now, this is the whale. The whale gives you a boon on the first floor. If you previously got to, the first boss, then you get a choice of 4, but if you failed to get to the first boss last run, you get a choice of 2. So we can pick a colorless card to obtain, gain 7 max HP, lose all of our gold and choose a rare card to obtain, or lose our starting relic and obtain a random boss relic. I think I'm going to lose 99 gold and choose a rare card to obtain. Melees, enemy loses X strength and apply X weak, where X is the amount of energy we spend. Bullet time, you cannot draw additional cards this turn, reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 0. Or Tools of the Trade, at the start of your turn draw 1 card and discard 1 card. Let's go with bullet time, go big or go home. Then we have our choice of what route we want to plan ahead for here. Typically you want to try and get to a few elites on the first floor. And this is a super mega elite for other purposes. But right now we can only get to 1 elite or 2 if we go with the super mega elite, which is pretty poor going. So instead I'm going to aim for these late shops on the left. And to get there, I'm going to go through these extra question marks. So you always start with drawing 5 cards, but because we have the Ring of the Snake, we draw an additional 2 cards on the first turn of combat. And then we can see our enemy's intentions here, so attacking for 5 and attacking for 10. And we have 3 energy to use our cards on. Neutralize costs 0 and applies weak, so rather than attacking us for 10 here, I think they'll attack us for 7. Yep, so they're weakened for a turn. Then we want to probably defend for 10 and attack for 6 here. And then we end our turn. They do the things as described. Now, we can't kill this guy, unfortunately, but we can simply attack, defend. We won't take any damage because they're hitting us for 5. And now we are the ones who have been made weak because of the Acid Slime at the back taking their turn. But here we can play Bullet Time for 3 and then play the other 4 cards. That kills them. And then we just play the rest of our hand without having to think about it. Right, they're not attacking us this turn, so we don't have to worry about putting up any defenses. But they have once again weakened us. But we can again play our whole hand. It doesn't really make a difference because all of our hand only cost 3 energy anyway. But we are going to defend for 5 and not get hit once more. And here we can attack for 6 and the fight is over. We get some gold and we get to pick a card to add to our bag. Draw 1 card, discard 1 card. Add a random skill to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Costs 1 additional energy each time you lose HP during this combat. Deal 12 damage. I'm going to take Masterful Stab because it costs 0 to start with, and with Bullet Time it will cost 0 regardless of how many hits we've taken. Then we have another fight against a Jaw Worm. We're going to neutralize, of course. That puts them on 8. With Survivor we can gain 8 block if we discard 1. So we can discard an unneeded defend. We still have 2 energy, so we can strike and strike. Now we have enough energy to play everything. And even though we could play Bullet Time, that would make the 3 other cards free. It's just the same as if we do this. So the end result is exactly the same. We take 2 more damage there, but for a quick pair of attacks, that's over. Poison Stab, deal 6 damage, apply 3 poison, gain 5 block, draw 2 cards. I'm going to take the draw, simply because with Bullet Time, we can fill our hand with cards, then make everything free as soon as we get a little bit more energy. So these guys, the first time we hit them, they will defend themselves with block as listed. So we can effectively think in one turn, this thing has 13 HP. could we kill that? Well, with a 12 and a 6, we definitely could, and that's the equivalent of playing a defend for 6, because it's no longer going to hit us. Except this one's attacking for 7, so I'm dumb, because 12 is bigger than 10, so that's actually just an instant kill. I don't know how I got the math wrong there. But now we need to do 13 damage, which we can't with 6, 6, and 3. Yes, we can. My brain is not fully operational today, I guess. We get a poison potion, apply 6 poison. And here, I think some AoE and dagger spray is nice, deal 4 damage to everything. Now the question marks can be an event or a fight. Here we have an event. You fall into a puddle, it's made of slime goop. Frantically you claw yourself out over several minutes as you feel the goop starting to burn. You can feel goop in your ears, your nose, your goop everywhere. Climbing out you notice that some of your gold is missing. You look back into the puddle to see your missing coins combined with gold from other unfortunate adventurers mixed together. Do we gain all of that gold and lose 11 HP or lose 37 gold? Well, we lost all our gold at the very beginning, and we're aiming for these shops over at the end. So we're going to take the gold. And now here we can remove a card from our deck and lose 7 HP, or we can gain 50 to 80 gold if we destroy the shrine. Now having fewer cards in your deck means that it's easier to draw the good ones, but again I'm going to take the gold aiming for those shops near the end. Now we have an elite fight. It's Gremlin Knob. In our opening turn, bullet time would be great, except we can't. There's no use in defending ourselves, and if we backflip to draw more cards, we then don't have enough energy to bullet time. But there is a chance we could draw Dagger Spray, which does more damage, or Neutralize, does more damage than just a strike on its own. So we'll backflip, draw 2 cards. And there we go. So Dagger Spray does 8, whereas a strike only does 6. And then Masterful Stab for 12. That puts him on 60. And now every time we play a skill, which is the kind of defensive cards in green, I guess the strikes are also green because that's how this works. But any defensive cards, he'll get 2 strength, which makes every one of his attacks stronger against us. Now fortunately, Neutralize is an attack and it provides weakness, so that goes from 14 to 10 attack. And I think we're going to throw this poison here. That's going to do 6 damage this turn, then 5 damage the next turn, 4 damage the next turn, and so on. And we're just going to tank this hit for 10 at the moment. Now, again, bullet time is also a skill, so no use in playing it. We will reduce his attack down to 10 again. Playing our attacks, we could play our defends now. We would gain 5 block, and his attack would go up to 8. So we would only take 3 damage instead of 6 damage, presuming that next turn we can do 7 damage to him because he's going to have 11 minus the 4 poison. We're going to draw an attack, so we can play a defend and only take 3 damage instead of 6 this turn. And there are the strikes we knew we would draw. We get more gold and a more bank. Whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop. A speed potion gives us 5 dexterity for 1 turn, and we get to add another card. I don't think we need another bullet time, but I think a blade dance will be just fine. Haven't really built anything towards kind of a cohesive strategy yet. Now, we could bullet time and just play heaps of defense, but that's not really going to benefit us, so we'll go with a backflip. And then we just have our 2 strikes to really play. We are going to take 1 damage, but that's fine. Right, Masterful Stab for 12 is great. They have 2 HP. Now when this dies, we will be made vulnerable for 2 turns. So that means we'll take 150% damage from attacks. But we can just kill them for 4, then hit them for 8 over there and another 6. Then next turn we should be able to do 10 damage most of the time. Just like that. Now I'm going to take Noxious Fumes here. That's going to, once played, provide 2 poison to every enemy every turn. dagger spray is going to be great here to do 8 damage to everybody. But I really don't want to take 11 attacks, so I'm going to pop this speed potion, play the backflip for 10 block, draw 2 cards. We get a masterful stab, which is great. So if we then dagger spray, they all get their listed defense. But now this guy in the center has 5 shield and 6 health, which is less than 12. So we can kill them. We now have enough defense to not worry about it. And if we strike somebody, we can get through this shield. They have 4 HP left for next turn. Then if we Blade Dance, we get enough damage between those cards. They only get the defense on the first turn, not the subsequent turns. Let's take Caltrops as well. Let's go heavy on the powers. We get a chest. So a white beast statue. Potions always appear in combat rewards. Very nice. So every one of these layers on the map is a floor for the effect of Moorbank. So we get 12 gold every time we carry on up. This guy's going to attack us for 10, which is unideal. So let's start with a backflip. Then we can neutralize, gets them down to attacking for only 7. Then we can either defend or focus on attacking. Now, this guy's going to steal our gold from us and then try and run away. So we'd rather attack more harshly, sooner, and risk taking a little bit of damage along the way. And here is actually a good opportunity to bullet time. We get to strike twice, and we get to entirely defend against the attack of 10. And then with a masterful stab, that fight is over. We get the gold that they stole from us back, fresh gold, a power potion thanks to our white beast statue, and another card. I will take a Bane. Now here we have the choice of whether we would like to take 2 question marks, a fire and a shop, or an extra fire, a shop, and a fight. I think we're going to go the left side, because that's 3 floors before the shop, before we either have to make the decision to spend money, or not spend money and remain gaining money from Moorbank. Oh look! An extra shop. Well, if there's anything really good here, we'll do some shopping. Singing Bowl is very good. When adding cards into your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. That is very good. So every floor, rather than gaining 12 gold, we could gain 2 max HP instead. I think that's probably worth taking. It would leave us with 84 gold, in which case we could probably take a footwork or something. So I think we'll do that. So we have 13 gold. Moorbank is now greyed out. We have another fight ahead of us. A perfect opportunity for a bullet time. We can footwork. That's going to increase our dexterity by 2. So all of our defensive cards have 2 extra block attached to them. Caltrops will mean whenever they attack us, they take an extra 3 damage. Blade Dance produces these 3 shivs. Defend, defend, survivor. Some turns do just play themselves. Now we're going to neutralize because that's free. Then we have 3 cards to play. They're attacking us for 9. We can't kill them this turn, so we will block for 7. And then we will Noxious Fumes, and Bane hits for 5 rather than 4, so that's the easy choice. Now they've been poisoned to 2 thanks to our Noxious Fumes. Every turn their poison will increase by 2, but at the end of each of their turns it will decrease by 1. So over time it will slowly get better. This is 6, 12, 18, and they have 2 poison. That makes 20, not 21, so we do have to be cognizant of this attack we're about to take. So we'll just defend for 14, hit for 6. And now we can just finish that fight. We get a flex potion, we gain 5 strength for a turn. And here, I think just taking the 2 max HP. So we've gone from 70 to 72. And now we can either rest at the fireplace and get some HP back, we can smith and upgrade a card in our deck, or we can recall, which is something we don't really need to concern ourselves with. There is a shop and then another fireplace, and we're probably not going to have enough money to really benefit from the shop. So I'm just going to rest now. Head to the shop. 31 gold is not enough to buy anything here, so we can just skip over it. And then here, we've got enough HP that I think we can deal with the boss there. So we're going to smith one of our cards. Bullet time going down to a cost of 2 is excellent because it means that we can play backflip, draw 2 cards costing 1, and then play bullet time for those 2 cards at a cost of 2. Now on the first turn here, they're not doing anything. So I think I'm going to play my power potion. Wraith form, gain 2 intangible. At the end of your turn, lose 1 dexterity. Intangible means every piece of damage we take is reduced to 1, but we would start to lose our defenses over time. Accuracy increases our shiv damage by 4, and infinite blades, at the start of your turn, add a shiv into your hand. I think rather than the 3 shivs that we can create being worth 4 more, every turn having a shiv is going to be very good for us. And then there's no reason not to bullet time right now. We'll put infinite blades in play. We'll put caltrops in play. Has it crashed? Please don't crash. Very, very tiny crash, but we can do this turn again. So we took infinite blades, play the infinite blades, play the bullet time, get the caltrops out. Every time we're attacked, we'll do 3 damage back. Then we can masterful stab for 12, strike, and then just play the defense for the sake of playing them. So they're about to hit us for 5 damage 6 times. So we're going to hit them back for 3 damage 6 times, which is very nice. We can also play 3 cards. Now, we can play Footwork, increase our dexterity by 2. Noxious Fumes is going to start applying poison turn after turn. We can defend for 7. And then Shiv. That's the end of our turn. So we're going to take a big hit here, but we are going to hit back. And now each turn, one of these 6 white flames will then return back to being a green flame before he does a very large attack at the end again. Now what we can also do here, Shiv is free, does 4 damage. Neutralize is free, does 3 damage. If we play Blade Dance for 1, we have 3 more Shivs that do 4 damage each, and we have 2 energy left. Strike does 6 damage, Strike also does 6 damage. If we play the Flex Potion, our strength increases by 5, so this now does 9, this does 9, this does 9, that does 9, this does 8, this does 11, and then we can either get hit for 4 or hit for block for the 4 or hit for 11. I'm just going to hit for 11, end our turn. He's going to take 3 more in retaliation because of our spikes. Now he's hitting 5 twice, so we can take a backflip. There's a bullet time that allows us to play our entire hand. Bane will do 7 damage twice because they are poisoned. Dagger Spray will do 4 damage twice. Strike for 6, strike for 4, or shiv for 4, gain 7 more block. We'll take 2 damage in our block down to 12, and then he'll hit us for 10. So we're not going to be hurt this turn, but he takes poison damage and the caltrops. Now he's attacking us for 6 again. You can see 2 of these flames are now green. But with that, we're always going to neutralize. That makes the attack down to 4. Shiv is free. Striking is always worthwhile. And we have enough defense. Now, Masterful Stab is prohibitively expensive now. But if it comes around in our hand when we have bullet time, it won't be a problem. So they've increased their strength by 2, so they're hitting a little bit harder. But they only have 45 HP left and 12 shield, so we can get through that shield right now. Then strike once more, shiv, and play one of our defense for 7. We will take 2 for the burn. Then we hit back twice. Now we're taking 8. He has 21 HP, 7 poison. 21 minus 7 is 14. So if we can just do 14 damage between our attacks here, then the poison kills him on his turn. Could have used the shiv as well. Would have been equally effective. 102 gold. Blessing of the Forge. Upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of combat. And we get to add a rare card to our deck. Deal 14 damage. Discard all non-attack cards in your hand. Envenom. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply 1 poison. or a glass knife. Deal 8 damage twice. Increase this damage of this card by 2. Decrease the damage of this card by 2 this combat. We're going to take Envenom because we have a lot of shivs at the moment. Then we get to open a chest and take an item. Snecko Eye. At the start of your turn, draw 2 additional cards. Start each combat confused. Confusion. Whenever you draw a card, randomize its cost. Sacred Bark. Double the effectiveness of potions. And Sozu. Gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer obtain potions. Well, we will always have potions appearing on our combat rewards, so we want to avoid taking Sozu on this occasion. And I'm actually going to take Sacred Bark because this will double the effectiveness of all the potions that we create. Now we're on to Act 2 in the city. So our healing has gone up to max because we're playing on the base difficulty, and we get to pick our route up again. So we have a route on this right hand side with 2 elites and a very early shop. We have 2 elites on this side as well. No very early shop here too. Let's count the question marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same. How about the fireplaces? Ignoring the top row. 1, 2 on that one. 1. Only 1 on that side. So we'll take the extra fireplace here and take this slightly risky route up the right hand side. So this guy has plated armor. They'll get this amount of block every turn, but if they hit them, then that amount will come down. But the easier way to probably get through this guy's attack is with Envenom. Whenever we deal unblocked damage, apply 1 poison. So we will have to get through the 14 before we can apply the poison, in fact. So that is slightly less good. But upgrade all your cards in your hand for the rest of combat. This is a period where we're going to have the most cards in our hand because we start with the extra draw of 2. So let's upgrade all of those. Then Envenom becomes costing 1. I think that's worth doing. Caltrops being in play, hitting back for 5 is great. We can neutralize, so rather than doing 6 times 2, it should be 4 times 2. And we have 1 energy left. We can probably block for 8 and now take no attack at all this turn, but they will get hit back for 10 thanks to the Caltrops. Right. We can now backflip, draw 2 cards, and with the hand that we have, we can bullet time, make everything free. Then we can blade dance, create 3 attacks. So after we get down to 0 defense left, each time we hit them, the 14 will come down a number. So if we hit them for 12 now, that comes down to 2. If we dagger spray, it will go down to -2 and then -6 effectively. So 2 came off of that 14. Then with each of these, not only do we do 4 damage, we also apply 1 poison, and the plated armor they have comes down by 1. And then we can Noxious Fumes as well, so next turn we will apply 2 poison to them. Here we will play Footwork to increase our defenses, and then play Survivor, increases our defense by 10. He's only doing 10, so we don't have to worry about playing the extra cards. Then Bane here will do 14, and a Shiv finishes that fight off for us. Explosive Potion, deal 20 damage to all enemies. Of course, normally 10, but our Sacred Bark doubles the effectiveness of that. And here, 2 more max HP, please. Then we have this shop. Can't afford any of the relics, unfortunately. There's another Caltrops. There is an Acrobatics, which would let us draw more cards possibly into bullet time. Or we could take extra potions, especially because they are twice as good. I think a Liquid Thorns gains 6 thorns. That's the same as what our Caltrops do. I'm going to take that. And I think I will take the Skill Potion. Choose one of 3 random skill cards and add 2 copies of it to your hand. They cost 0 this turn. So now each fight we can spend 1 potion and always get 1 back because of our white beast statue. So we're going up this right hand side. Remove a card from your deck or upgrade all strikes and defends. Well, we still have all of our strikes and defends, so we'd be foolish not to get 10 upgrades for free. these birds are a pain in the neck. But the thing we have to note is that they're attacking us for 1 damage 5 times. So if they were to take 6 damage in reflection of that, 6 times 5 is 30, they would kill themselves attacking us, which seems really good to me. Or we could deal 20 damage to all of them. That would also be really good. Unfortunately, the 2 defensive cards we have isn't quite enough to get past all of their attacks. 8 and 8. Oh no, 8 and 8 is 16. Again, I cannot do maths today. So if we defend, survivor, get rid of one of these, then attack the one at the back because they have more HP, then drink the liquid bronze and end our turn, we will watch as they all destroy themselves attacking us. Love it. 20 gold. Distilled Chaos. Play the top 6 cards of your draw pile. Backflip, quick slash, outmaneuver. I'm just going to take the max HP. In front of you sits an altar of a forgotten god. Atop the altar sits an ornate female statue with arms outstretched. She calls to you, demanding sacrifice. We can gain 5 max HP if we lose 19 of our HP, or we can take a curse card. We've got enough HP that I feel comfortable losing 19 of our actual HP to gain 5 max HP. Now we have an elite fight. So this guy over here, the gremlin leader, is going to keep summoning smaller gremlins, so we want to do as much as we can about that. We're taking 9 damage as an attack right now, but I think we can mitigate that mostly. If we play our Noxious Fumes, our Caltrops, Blade Dance will be 4, 8, 12 damage. But we can also play the Neutralize. So that kills them. We are no longer taking any attack damage this turn. Now, what we would like to do as well, really, is use one of our potions, because we're going to get a potion at the end of this fight regardless. So there's no use in just kind of over-hoarding potions. But we'll wait for an opportune time to play something specific. He's called more reinforcements in. This one is going to die to the 2 poison, so we don't have to worry about that big 28 attack. We can also just Dagger Spray. We'll hit everybody twice for 8, and they already have 2 damage, and we have Envenom, so they'll take 2 more poison. So these 2 are going to die to the poison, which lets us focus on the guy at the back. We can backflip, find our best attack, which is Bane, do 14 damage, apply 2 more poison thanks to the Envenom. Now, he's attacking for 12 damage times 3 is 36. I checked the math on that one. That is a bad time. We could play the top 6 cards of our deck randomly, but I think getting 2 skill cards for free here is going to be very worthwhile. We can double the enemy's poison. Now we're going to get 2 copies of this card, so he has 8 poison, 8 doubles to 16, 16 doubles to 32. That is not going to help us kill him this turn or gain any defense, unfortunately. But that would free us up to play Footwork, Defend Plus, and that would be about 20 defense. So let's go with that. Or if we struck him twice, he would go up to 10 damage, 10 poison, 10 would double to 20, 20 doubles to 40. Still not going to be enough, so we will Footwork, Defend Plus, that's 20 defense. Double that up to 32. So we have 33 on 71. But we can simply Masterful Stab and Bane. And next turn he's going to die to that poison. We can simply defend ourselves enough from the 2 minions, because the minions will attack us first. No, they won't. The poison damage will kill them all first. Excellent. So that was an elite. We get an item. Every 3 attacks we play gain 1 strength. Really good. Ghost in a Jar. Gain 2 intangible. Even better. And we will take 2 max HP. Now, there is another fire before this boss, but I think we can rest at this one. So it's not a boss, it's an elite. Then take our mystery. Get Jaxed, lose 3 HP, gain 2 strength, transform 2 cards, or get ingest mutagens. Start each combat with 3 strength. At the end of your first turn, lose that 3 strength. I'm fine with that, especially because we start with a bigger hand. And start each combat with an additional energy. Now we have the chance to smith something. These are all of our unsmithed cards. We can make footwork, give us 3 dexterity. We could have envenom, only cost 1. We could have noxious fume, apply 3 poison. I think envenom for 1 is going to be pretty good for us. Right, this guy. This guy is not my friend. This guy will stab us a lot. It does mean caltrops are extra effective here. And we have 4 energy, so we can backflip to draw 2 cards. Then we can bullet time to play our entire hand. We play caltrops, we play noxious fumes, masterful stab, blade dance. Our strength is increased thanks to Shuriken. And we're not taking any damage on this occasion. There's envenom for 1. 6, 12, 18. I'm going to defend twice because we do have noxious fumes and thorns to do damage for us. And then a big hit for 21. We should play one of our potions. And we definitely want to play these 3 cards, so why not play the Distilled Chaos? Alright, we still have our 3 energy. We have 17 defense now, which is plenty, so we can just focus on attacking. And then between the poison and our attacks, they should die this turn. There we go. A pretty good going one as it is. Future cards have 1 additional choice to pick from. That doesn't apply for this booster, but it will apply for future boosters. It's between footwork or just more max HP. I think more max HP will be fine. So we've got the big scary guy at the front, the Centurion, and the Mystic at the back. General idea here is to kill the Mystic because the Mystic keeps healing the Centurion. Now we don't have any draw, so we play Bullet Time. Makes everything free. Blade Dance populates our hand with 3 shivs. We're going to defend for 8. Neutralize the big guy just so they hit us less hard. Then attack with everything else against the Mystic. Then we can kill the Mystic very easily. Then we can just focus on the other guy. Could have put up some extra defense in footwork there, but I think we're going to be okay. Venom is great, but for right now we're just going to defend against the 12. Then next time we can hit with Envenom up. Or we can Caltrops, defend, defend. We're going to take a small hit, but he gets hit back just as hard. Then Bullet Time makes Masterful Stab free. And the Caltrops get them. Gain 2 Ritual. At the end of each turn, gain 2 Strength. I think that's going to be better for us. I don't know, everything's really good when it's all doubled. Let's get rid of the Explosive Potion. We can probably do without that. Here, I will take a Footwork Plus. Then Fireplace, we can smith something extra. Let's get another footwork plus. That's going to be 6 extra dexterity after we've played the 2 of those. Let's pay 85 gold, get a relic. Obtain a relic and get a curse or leave. I'll take a relic. Tough bandages. Whenever you discard a card, gain 3 block. And then do we want to heal? This guy does do 1 really, really big attack. But we're going to have a lot of dex. And we've got Ghost in a Jar, so we'll be fine. So in that case, improve caltrops for me. Right, here is the champ. How do we want to do this? Footwork is going to be played and backflip is probably going to be played. Just wondering if we want to get ritual going right now. Why not? We're going to get another potion anyway. So that's 8 block. It's only 12 attack now. And we've got our caltrops out. Here, very simply, bullet time into Envenom, Bane. Should have done Dagger Spray first. Dagger Spray would have caused the poison, and then we would have hit better with the... what's it called? The Bane, perhaps? Unless the first Bane caused poison, then caused the second attack to occur. Quite possibly. Footwork here gets us to 10, 20 block. And our strength is just going to get stronger and stronger through the course of this fight. Good going. 18 damage. This is free. 13 attack. That's enough to defend us. We can discard a card, get even more defense, not that we need it. Here, backflip. Then 2 energy left. 19 damage twice. Seems too strong not to play. And then I'll take a defend. We take 6 damage. His poison continues to tick up. We can bullet time. Masterful stab. Strike. Now we've done it. He has taken off his current existing poison and given himself 6 strength, which is, you know, a bad time. We will neutralize, so that's 12 by 2. Dagger Spray for 40 damage is excellent. And we'll defend here for now. With our strength now at nearly 20, we shouldn't have much more issue with any of this. And now he's very dead. 97 gold, an Essence of Steel, 8-plated armor potion. And here, 1,000 cuts whenever you play a card, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Seems almost fitting considering we have all the other good powers. First time you discard a card each turn, gain power. Replaces Ring of the Snake. At the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand. With bullet time, that's going to produce some very good turns. It also will mean we have our powers in our hand when we want to play them. Hovering Kite, we don't really discard enough stuff to warrant, and Ring of the Serpent, I don't really care about either. So let's go Runic Pyramid. Donu and Decker is the boss we want to see. Now, we just really want to find a safe route up. So this right side, shop, question marks, fire, elite, shop, fire. That seems perfectly safe to me. These guys will keep regrowing over time, which is not fun. But for right now, we can bullet time. Then Envenom. I should have 1,000 cuts first. It would have done 1 extra damage. Then block, block, hit for 10, and then block some more. It did play twice when we hit with the poison attack. Here, we're going to neutralize the stronger attacker. Dagger spray everybody. Defend for 8, and hit one of them. Now what we'd like to do is kill them all together very swiftly. But we probably won't be so lucky. 13 damage gets through that shield, but then we need the poison to do 1 extra damage. Or we can caltrops, they'll kill themselves, we can put our attacks in elsewhere. Or we can give ourselves 8 extra defense this turn. 8, 16, 24. Right, they're dead on the right. I did forget about 1,000 cuts for a minute. So we probably want Blade Dance. And 11 damage here. We'll put Footwork up. We have no defense, although we are going to get 8 defense from our plated armor, so that's not so bad. 1 more card to play. Put the caltrops out. Then go hit, hit, hit. That gives us 1 more strength, thanks to Shuriken. This guy's going to come back this turn with half of their max HP. We can probably Bane over here. They're going to die now. We can backflip. Neutralize them. So now we just need to do 7 and 30 damage against these two in 1 turn. $12 plus 2 for poison. I'm not going to be able to kill this one though. I'm worried that my deck is a little bit too large to work with Runic Pyramid. Also, when we don't draw bullet time, it doesn't really help us. Right, that guy's going to die. So is that one. All is well in the world. I will take 2 max HP. Now, we could remove something. Upon pickup, choose 5 cards to add to your deck. I think that's an easy choice here. Now, you did just hear me complain about my deck being large, but not only do we get to pick from 4 cards on each of these, Outmaneuver would actually be really good. Next turn, gain 3 energy. That's 3 more of the cards that we've been hoarding that we can play. Then here, don't really need any of this, so we can just max 2 HP. Any of this, I think we can just max 2 HP. Any of this, I think we can just max 2 HP. And here, we could go Caltrops again. Or Finisher. Finisher with bullet time and a handful of attacks. But I think I'm just going to take the max HP. And we don't have enough cash to afford anything else in the shop, so we'll keep moving forward. As you slowly make your way up the twisting pathways, you constantly find yourself losing your way as the walls and ground seem to inexplicably shift before your eyes. The constant whispering voices in the back of your head aren't helping things either. Embrace Madness, receive 2 Madness, lose 12 HP. Focus, become cursed and with Writhe and heal 24 HP. or retrace your steps, lose 5 max HP. We definitely don't want Writhe because it's innate and we'll never be able to get it out of our hand again because of Runic Pyramid. So I'm just going to lose 5 max HP. Basically undoes most of what we did in the shop. Fight a boss from Act 1, obtain a rare relic, upgrade all of your cards, you can no longer heal. Gain 999 gold, get cursed with 2 normality. While in hand you cannot play more than 3 cards this turn. Well, again, for the same reason that we have Runic Pyramid being a problem, we couldn't get rid of those normalities, we'd be forced to play only 3 cards every turn. I don't want to no longer heal, so we're just going to fight a floor 1 boss. It's Hexaghost again. No big issue. So we'll start out with 1,000 cuts, noxious fumes, footwork, neutralize. Then we have the big damage attack. We want to save against 8 times 6 damage. We don't have our thorns up, unfortunately, but we can backflip. We did not find them, but we can also bullet time now. And just go strike, 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 defend, 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 defend. Very efficient. Obviously, would have been nicer with the caltrops, but we do what we can. Envenom. We will outmaneuver now and defend once, and then next turn play the caltrops with the extra energy that we're going to bring over because of the outmaneuver. So we have 6 energy. Footwork, caltrops, Bane, strike, masterful stab. Masterful stab now gets our strength up to 2, which means dagger spray does 2 extra damage, 1 on each of its hits. And we can defend for 14, which is higher than the 10 damage they're doing against us. Here, seems simple enough. We can blade dance for 3 shivs, masterful stab, shiv, shiv, shiv. Then Bane will attack twice, especially with the extra strength that we have, and we can defend once. Then bullet time, dagger spray. It's all over. Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards in your hand, draw a card. It means nothing to us with Runic Pyramid, but you know, these things happen. Do we want another Fear Potion? Not really. Do I want any of this stuff? Start your turn with a Shiv. I'm just thinking about Runic Pyramid again. We're going to fill one slot of our hand up with a Shiv, but we'll always be able to play that Shiv because it's free, so that's something. These guys will deal 30 damage in 3 turns, so we really want to be rid of them. We also start with 3 extra strength because of the mutagenic, so if we blade dance, these are worth 7 apiece. So 7, 14, 21, and a strike. And they're doing 9 damage to us. If we discard for 8, discard the defend, we get 3 more thanks to the tough bandages. Then we can do 13 once now, or we can get a shiv every turn. I'm actually going to do the 13 once now, because we want them to die, and the shivs aren't going to impact how long it takes us to kill this one in any meaningful way. 17 damage to do. Can't do it this turn, but we can strike, put up a defend, and then put that infinite blades out. Now we need to kill them this turn. Fortunately, strike will do that. We can then envenom, strike, and shiv over here. Then, pretty simply, attack and kill. Gain 4 energy. Now that could be really important with our giant hand of cards that we sometimes might want to get rid of. So, with all this HP, I'm actually going to lose Ghost in a Jar. And do we want any of this? I think not. Question marks. You head upwards, hopping from one floating shape to another. You slip. You begin to fall. Lose a skill, a power, or an attack. we will lose the basic strike plus. Here we can smith something. This does 2 damage to all enemies for every attack. I think that's good enough for me. A mixture of foes to fight here. This guy has thorns. This guy has a whole heap of armor that's not going to go away unless we destroy it. Right now on this turn we would like some more defense. Let's take a bat flip. Take an outmaneuver, then defend and survivor. That's enough defense for this turn. Right, neutralize here would get rid of one of their artifacts, but what we can probably do a little bit better than that is envenom. 1,000 cuts should have been first. Caltrops. Defend for 8. Bane over here. So we want the thorns to die to either poison or attacking us. We don't want to attack it where possible. We want power. Power. This guy's going to die. That's great. We have no defensive cards at all. And we're going to take 727. So let's take a skill potion. Corpse Explosion is going to be great. It looks like it's a real big problem, but if we apply Corpse Explosion to this guy, when it dies it will do 35 damage to the other two. And if we do that twice, we can either have this do 35 damage to both, but this will kill that, which has 42 HP. Magic. I think we skip that for max HP. Calipers, at the start of your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of your block. And it's a giant head. The giant head has slow. Whenever you play a card, giant head receives 10% more damage from attacks this turn, which is good. We also received a regen 10 potion, so we can get a lot of HP back if we're having problems. So rather than doing base 12 damage, this does 19 damage when we attack with it, but then the slow resets on the next turn. Right, envenom, very simply. Should have played a defend there to get the slow up before we started playing with our attacks. Here, outmaneuver, blade dance, then neutralize, shiv, shiv, shiv. So these are doing 4. Did not even think about the 9 damage we're going to take, but it's small peanuts in the grand scheme of things. Now we have 6 energy, so we want 1,000 cuts out. Then we're going to play 1, 2, 3. That's 14 defense. Good going. We defend against the 13. He's almost finished the end of his countdown now, which is not fun. Bullet time still in there somewhere. We can also get 3 more shivs, which is great. Let's play this free shiv. Backflip. Outmaneuver. 30 damage is a lot. So I'm going to play the energy potion. Blade dance. That's 25 defense. Then we have 3 attacks. We do the basicest attack first. We take 5 damage. 35 attack this time. Still have 6 energy. So we're playing 1, 2 energies worth of attacks. So we have 4 energies worth of defense available to us. That's plenty. And then after that, with the poison, we have very little else to worry about. Art of War. If you do not play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn. A power potion. And 2 more max HP. These 3 guys again, the Darklings. Let's see, start with Caltrops. Footwork, Infinite Blades, and a Defend. I'm looking for 1 big turn against everybody if we could, though we probably can't. 11, 9, and 16 more is a lot of attack. Right, well, we'll neutralize the one attacking us twice. Then we're going to defend twice. Noxious Fume, Masterful Stab, Shiv, Dagger Spray. Defends us most of the way. Envenom to draw first. Then Bullet Time to play everything for free. 1000 Cuts because every card we play will hurt people. Envenom is a power, gets priority. This guy's hitting us for 16, so we clearly don't want that. Now we just have to find 21 plus however much defense they put up. Very nice. 12 gold, a basic poison. Apply 12 poison. And skip over all of that. Last question mark is a shop. Do we have a shop right ahead of us? We do. So if we really hate what's in here, we can go look at that shop instead. Innate, deal damage equal to the number of cards in your draw pile. Add 6 Shiv plus to your hand. When you would die, heal 60% of your max HP instead. Add 2 artifacts. Remove a card. Adrenaline is solid. But I think we can go check out the next shop. See if there's anything we would prefer here. Obviously we can't backtrack, but this will be fine. I think I'm gonna discard this 12 poison, take another power potion. That's 4 powers we get to play. And I don't even think we need this regen. Give me the Distilled Chaos. Because by the time we do this fight, we can then have a nice sleep and everything will be dandy. Backflip for draw into Bullet Time to play everything. Footwork, Envenom, Infinite Blades, Neutralize, Strike, Strike, Defend. Right, outmaneuver for extra energy next time. Defend once, more poison, hit with a Shiv. Now, of course, we are going to get another option of a potion at the end of this fight. But I'm happy with the ones that we have as a choice for what's coming up. Footwork. Defend for 10. Defend for 20. Masterful Stab, Shiv. No draw, so Bullet Time first. 1000 Cuts after that. Blade Dance after that. Very nice. he's not attacking us this turn. Still play the defense because it does 1 damage thanks to our many damage whenever we attack, whatever that one's called. We don't need the ancient potion. Don't need any of that. Have a nice little sleep here. Recover to 79 of our 100. That's still more than we started the run with. Then we have Donu and Decker. As I recall, Donu is the one you want to try and kill first, then Decker is the one to go for second. We have no draw, but what we will do first is take the power potion. This is going to be cards that we play twice, so 2 free 1,000 cuts. Then, After Image is going to be great for defense, but Shiv's doing 8 additional damage, especially because we have Infinite Blades and the Shiv card in our hand. Then we want to Bullet Time, then Blade Dance, then Envenom, then Infinite Blades, then we can start to get rid of the artifacts. And why not play Distilled Chaos now? So that gets us enough defense to not be hit this turn. Now, can we defend against 26? We can. It would be our entire turn. And again against 26. We can't neutralize because they still have 2 of their cogs. Let's get Noxious Fumes going. Outmaneuver for next turn. If we attack them for damage, we will apply poison, which means we can then apply the defense. So we are going to get hit, unfortunately. We're not going to have a perfect fight. Right, over here they have 10 damage remaining. Dead. And I think we can backflip for extra draw. Outmaneuver for next turn. Masterful Stab. Strike and get some Caltrops out. And here, get a footwork going. Survivor gets rid of this Dazed. Shiv, Blade Dance for 3 more of them. And the poison or the... which one is it? 1,000 cuts, 4 damage. Boom. Thump, thump, thump. We kill the heart. We get a score of just a lowly 740. And we've done 132,115 damage in total. And that's the billions of damage that have been done by all players across the existence of the game. But that is another victory for the Year of Rogue. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider hitting that like button or subscribing for more through the coming year. If you have any recommendations for roguelikes you'd like to see, do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.